Here we are this week with Pints and Pages, the podcast about pulp culture that we do out of Savini Comics. I'm Nick.
I'm Brad.
I'm Levi.
And we're going to get right into it. We seem to be in an every other week format. We apologize, but I think that might be how it goes. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe we'll be able to get back.
We'll do it when we can.
Yeah, right now we're at every other week. Easter got in the way last week.
I pushed for weekly, but we get what we get.
Yeah, so we're trying to do what we can, but here we are this week. We have a couple of topics that I'm sure will take up a lot of the time this week. I'm going to start with if you don't notice, I'm decked out in Hot Rod Roddy Piper gear because it is WrestleMania weekend. It's a national holiday for us wrestling fans.
I think it's still just a national holiday.
Wrestling started. This is our Super Bowl, so we should get Mondays off. The festivities started Friday. Actually, they've been going on all week in Philadelphia, but TV shows wise, started Friday. It was literally all day yesterday, even though I was at the Cubs game in Chicago. And then it'll be going on today. And it's just, so for wrestling fans like myself, it's a big weekend. So I'll be watching tonight at Bonus Pints. They're opening up at 6, flatbreads and pizzas, and obviously Sons of Us craft beer around, and we'll be watching it on the big screen. So that's the first spiel that I've got. And then I'll go right into the summer concert series that we announced last week. Bonus Pints announced that they're doing the summer concert series. It starts June 1st. My part of the summer concert series for Savini Comics is June 1st, opening night, OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling. I'm excited to say that we're putting a ring out in the parking lot. And
I'm so excited.
We are going to have a 90-minute to 2-hour wrestling event in the parking lot. They do that. They do that because obviously things might happen. Matches might take longer or go shorter, depending. They can't guarantee a certain amount of time because you never know if something might happen. Like Al Snow has famously told me, the conflict is fake, but the action is real. The combat is real. So people get hurt all the time. And so that is, OVW should be exciting. Like I said, that's June 1st. They're coming up from Louisville. I think that's their home base. We are part of the Dano Seasoning National Tour, which is kind of cool. But yeah, so my in memory of Tony Savini and Cass County Title are sponsoring, along with Bonus Pints doing the hosting. So that'll be a fun night. And then at the end of September, I've got WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley coming to town. So I was able to pull off getting Mick into town. And so everybody grab your Dude Love and your Cactus Jack, which is the Cactus Jack costume is the easiest one because you just have to wear flannel.
I'll make myself into a life-size sock.
Jesus Christ.
Say, I'm sure he'll have merch. He'll be signing autographs, taking photos. They'll have a price attached to him. Once I get confirmation from him on prices, I will move that forward on our Facebook page and different things like that. So I believe it'll be $60 for a photo, $60 for an autograph, $80 for both, which really isn't a terrible price for what I know that some wrestlers charge at like the Squared Expo.
Yeah.
So I think that's about on par, especially for somebody the caliber of Mick Foley. After Mick Foley, there is a free concert that evening with the Foleys, a punk band from Fort Wayne that dresses up as Mick Foley. So that'll be fun. But yeah, so nothing like having yet another WWE Hall of Famer. I wish I could say I've had 3 to the store. I'm sure Al Snow will get his day. But I've had Al Snow, and then I've had.
It's a good investment
too.
You got him in.
Right. I got him into the store, and technically he runs OVW, so I'm getting him back again. He's just not a Hall of Famer yet, but he'll get there. He'll get there. And I'm excited. I hope the wrestling stuff stays. I think wrestling's a big part of used to be a huge part of the community. I know that when Dick the Bruiser and his brother the Crusher ran Indianapolis and the area, they wrestled a lot here at the Armory in Delphi and Monticello, and they had a lot of events and did a lot of things in the 60s and 70s, and I even remember the 80s and the 90s, some stuff over in the Armory, and then it kind of migrated to the state. They did a couple events at the State Theater. I never went to any of those, but I think there was some local people that did it at the State Theater. But I know, like I said, when I was growing up, the 70s and 80s, it was at the Armory. So yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'm gonna request. I'm gonna pose the question because I've had more than Brad was the first to ask, but I've had more than one ask about the possibility of getting in the ring.
Oh, I'd love to get in the ring.
Yes.
I'll ask about waivers. I'm sure they won't give us waivers. I'm sure they'll say no. But at least if they let us in the ring with no action, maybe at least they'll let us do that.
I'm just pick me up and chuck me at another wrestler. Use me as a weapon. I don't want to try to fight you. I just want to something comical. Fucking hilarious.
That's what I'm saying. I just want to get thrown around. That would be fun as fuck.
I told Josh that it would be fun because what we're famous for doing on Wednesday nights during trivia, well, I thought what would be fun is if we got to walk out wrestlers as kind of pseudo managers, but instead of their theme song, we played the New Age Outlaws theme song, and Josh was just give us microphones, and it's oh, you didn't know, and let us do that whole thing, because both of us can do it word for word as we're walking to the ring. So but I don't even know if that I don't even know.
I think you,
possibility, so.
Josh and Al should all have a table set up as announcers. Well, I guess Al can't. He has to run the show. But you and Josh should be sat there as announcers, just shit talking the whole time.
With live mics.
Yes, with live mics.
Yes. Yeah.
We'll do it from the balcony. Stairs.
The two grumpy old men in the Muppet.
And just start laughing.
Oh, that'd be fucking awesome.
So yeah, what I envision, and I don't know. I'm sure you guys haven't seen it or watched it. I saw it last night. But during the Rey Mysterio match at WrestleMania last night. So Rey and Andrade wrestled Dominic Mysterio and Santos Escobar. And but during the match, something happened and they were outside, and then all of a sudden these two big white guys jumped over the rail, grabbed Dominic and Santos, and threw them into the steel post, and then threw them into the ring. And they were wearing Philadelphia Eagles football team masks.
Jesus Christ!
And it was Jason Kelsey.
Oh,
and it was Jason Kelsey and another offensive lineman from the Eagles, but they threw him back in, and Rey Mysterio did his finishing move, and they won. And then they jumped in the ring, and then they got up on the top rope and took off their masks. And then Jason Kelsey took off his shirt, and he's going. He was super excited to be in the ring. I would even love to just do something like that.
That's fucking awesome.
Let me put on a Lucha Libre mask and
I can fly.
But yeah, it was good. And when I saw it happening, because I was watching on my phone, I was like, what is? Oh my God, I think that's Jason Kelsey. And then he ripped off his mask, and it was. So I was like, that is too funny. Too funny.
That is hilarious.
But yeah, I mean, who knows? Who knows what the possibilities are going to be? It'll be, all I know is it'll be fun. It's free. I'm sure there will be a ring.
Free. That's crazy. Free. If you don't go, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, right. It's free.
Yeah. I hope people don't see that it's free and think that it's not going to be of quality because of that. And I'm like, no, man, this is like,
it's also unusual for them because normally they're, you have to buy a ticket for their events. So
yeah. He when I talked to Brian this week, I had told him that we planned on doing the event for free, and he's like, fantastic, we're always up for that. And we do them all the time at, like, fairs and different things like that. And I'm like, okay. And I told him, that I told him about the sponsorship for my mom. And I think that he's going to put in memory of Tony Savini somewhere on the OVW poster.
Oh, that's
that goes out nationally. So so I think that'll be cool. But yeah, and if you want to know some of the wrestlers, go to Netflix.
Yes.
Watch The Wrestlers.
Yeah.
It's a docu-series. I think it's 8 episodes.
Yeah.
And
it's an easy watch.
Yeah, it's an easy watch,
and it's
for
good.
sure.
Like, I'm not the biggest wrestling fan, and I enjoyed sitting down and watching it.
It's way more conflict. Not really conflict. It's really more how these people struggle through their lives because they're trying to...
It's a lot more behind the scenes of what, like you're saying, what these wrestlers are actually dealing with, not just what you see on TV.
Yeah.
And granted, they are a small league of wrestlers, but still.
I had talked before camera about Paul Heyman's Hall of Fame speech, and he had told his kids, he had actually said it, I am a product of mass praise for doing exactly what I wanted to do with my life. And he told his kids, he said, it's not about the money and it's not about being on TV, but it's about doing what you want to do, being passionate about what you want to do, and being successful enough that at the end, you're standing at a podium in front of your friends and your family getting recognized for being passionate and good at what you do. And that's really what, when you boil it down to the nuts and bolts, that's kind of what Wrestlers is. I mean, the Netflix show. It's these people are sacrificing what they can for what they love to do. Working as a bartender at the Holiday Inn so that they can pay their bills. But in like every waking moment that they're not there, they're wrestling. So it's a good show. It's a good show. So, and it's a good watch. So, yeah. And, I'm just excited. So if you go to Netflix, you watch the wrestlers shows, it's, some of those wrestlers I'm sure will be at the event. I don't know which ones. I don't even know if I'll get a roster of wrestlers before it all is said and done, but I might. It just depends. So
it'll be fun to interact with Al again.
Yeah. Al was a very.
I didn't get to see him the first time, so
yeah. Al was a very good guy, and I'm sure that it was funny. I told Brian, I was like, "We've got this idea," and I kind of explained it to him how we wanted to do the entrances and where the wrestlers could get ready, and he was like, "That sounds very cool." I try not to make concrete plans because when Al gets there, he'll change them all. He's like,
I mean, it is Al's show.
He's like, Al will be like, he goes, he may not, but Al will be like, I don't like that. We need to do this. We probably need to switch that. Let's switch this. Let's move this here. And he goes, because Al will just know. He's done it enough times. He's done enough shows and enough parking lots that he just knows. So, and I was like, okay, that's fine. That's cool. So, we'll kind of go with the flow, but they definitely are OVW. It is, in my opinion, WWE, AEW, OVW. Like, they are the third largest wrestling promotion in the country. So, Right, Ring of Honor technically is owned by AEW, so I don't even count them anymore because they don't have their own show. NWA is still around, but they're kind of even lower key.
A couple of those rappers passed away.
Yeah, right. So NWA is owned by Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins. And
I forgot about that.
Yeah, but they're a little bit, in my opinion, name recognition nationwide, they're probably above OBW, but I think production wise, they're behind. So looking forward to it. It's not just going to be a backyard wrestling in the parking lot. It's actual going to be production and decent stuff. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun for sure. So that was my big take for this week.
Yeah.
That was my big take. So it's all wrestling. Yeah, it is.
There's so much going on. There was a bunch of other shows as well for the concert series, like little shows too.
There's
on top of that.
Local favorites, Adam Gundrum and Scarecrow are going to be back.
Yeah.
Duke Tomato. Duke Tomato is going to be the Squeal on the Eel pre-party on that Friday before Saliva comes to town and does Squeal on the Eel.
I still love the fact that Saliva is coming to town.
Yeah.
Just because,
boom.
Yeah, just because growing up hearing them and to think, such a big band coming to such a small town.
Yeah. Click, click, boom, man. And so Duke Tomato, I think the order, I can get all of them, I just can't get them in order. The Warrior Kings, a Led Zeppelin tribute band, are going to be in town. They're fantastic. They played inside, but they haven't played outside yet. So that'll be a very good.
Now, what is this Punk Till I Die podcast?
So there's a podcast called
Super Suckers.
There's a podcast called Punk Till I Die. I think they do once a week, maybe once a month. I don't know. Anyway, they are friends of Matt's. And they do a punk podcast where they kind of they talk about punk stuff. Yeah, I mean, they talk about punk music, what's going on, what's not always what's current, but mostly like what's happening. I've listened to it a few times when Matt's been on. That's I really don't listen to it unless Matt's on it.
They do a lot of shows where they go to the show too.
Yes, and that's what the Super Suckers is going to be. They're going to come to the show. The Super Suckers is like a punk hard rock band, so that'll be a really fun show. And they've got a couple of openers too.
Flamingo Nosebleed and Don't Want Us.
Yeah, and they've both.
It's going to be a fun show.
They've both been at Bonus Pints,
and I'm glad it's a Saturday because I can actually fucking go.
Yeah. If you notice, they're all Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Friday, Saturday. So,
get out the battle vests.
Yeah. I might have to get one.
I would say I don't own a battle vest.
I love making battle vests.
You got 4 people to make a battle vest for.
Go give me a jean jacket your size.
Alrighty.
So, the Super Suckers will be a fantastic show. It'll be a hard show. It'll be
I'll be excited.
And the Led Zeppelin will be hard because it's Zeppelin, but those guys are fantastic musicians too because they were inside. Like I said, they were inside last time. Being outside will be very cool.
So we're going to start a pit in the parking lot, Brad?
Oh, yeah, I mean...
Yeah,
hopefully other people will start it before I do, so I don't have to worry about it.
Either that or we'll just get another picture of you standing on top of everybody.
Yeah.
It's a handstand this time.
Yeah, there we go. I'll hold you up by your hands.
I think I could do it.
That was at the Joey and Ramone tribute show, wasn't it? Last year?
So.
Yeah.
That was a great show.
I don't think I got to go to that one.
Yeah, that was with the...
Yeah, it would have been a Friday, so you probably didn't.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
That's why I'm trying to get to third shift.
Yeah.
Because at least then I can go for most of the band and then go to work.
Right.
I mean, it sucks I'd still have to go to work, but I at least get to enjoy some of the shit that goes on.
Yeah, on Friday nights. Yeah, like I said, it's kind of nice.
Wait, no, Friday nights, unless I work a Saturday on Thursday.
No, you'll be done.
I'd be off.
Yeah, you'd be done. Yeah. Yeah. So.
Even better.
Yeah.
Even more of a reason to push for it.
If they just nationwide go to 410s.
I would love to do 410s.
You don't have to worry about
Which apparently, I know it's fucking more personal shit, but apparently our company's talked about it.
Yeah, I don't think that they're going to go that direction. But
I doubt it. I would love it, but I doubt it.
Yeah. It would, yeah. Who knows? But, they probably could.
They could get away with it, but I don't think they want to deal with it.
No, probably not. Not unless the big three automotive went that direction. I don't think they'd go.
Well, they are.
Are they?
That's what when Ford went on strike. That's one of the big requests that they had. I thought I heard that it got met.
I don't think they wanted 312s or something. They wanted like a 36-hour week, but they wanted paid for 40.
Yeah, but their big thing was only a 4-day work week, which I think they did get.
Well, if they got, then we might see more of that then. But who knows?
Right.
So, U.S. Blues Band, I think, is on there. They're a Grateful Dead tribute. Not a huge Grateful Dead fan, but they're probably really good musicians, so the music won't be terrible.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, granted, and I know some people hate on me for saying it, but it's the Grateful Dead. You don't really have to be that good. I've listened to a lot of their shit. It ain't that complicated.
It all turns into like 40-minute jam sessions.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, you got to remember they were hippies tripping balls every night.
Yeah. It all
That's
turns into
all they cared about was hearing the music flow, man.
Yeah.
Which I ain't complaining about.
Yeah, I'm not a huge jam fan. But
I have my moods because I look at jam the same kind of way as EDM. It's just all noise, no vocals, which typically I prefer vocals, but there are times I like it.
I'm way more partial to, like, I'd rather listen to 42-minute songs where you just blow my face off than, you know what I mean? I guess that's why I prefer punk and metal. Yeah. I'd rather listen to a 3-minute song that melted my face than listen to like a 20-minute jam session. But with that being said, I think I'm in the minority. So maybe not in this room, but I think overall, I'm probably in the minority.
Yeah, probably.
Because musicians, actual people that play instruments, they can see the art in playing a jam session.
Right. I can see the art in it. It's just not my cup of tea for entertainment purposes. For the love of the art, I get it completely, and they do some beautiful work with it. But for an entertainment purpose of like going to a show, I don't want to see a jam session.
Right.
I love Seether, but it's kind of like our complaint with seeing Seether live. They play a song, then their lead singer fucking jams out for 5 minutes doing a guitar solo. They play a song, and then they do it again.
I'm not the hugest. I've never been the hugest fan of the Godsmack dual drum solo.
No, neither have I. The first time I saw it...
I saw it was kind of cool, but then when they started doing it every tour...
It's annoying.
It's also... I don't know if you can remember it. I remember we saw them like 3 times in a summer or some shit, or 2 times, and then another time real quick after that. It's the same exact solo. It's not like they're improvising anything. It's not like they're changing it. Yeah. They're doing the...
It's like, quick, they're doing the solo. I'm going to go shit.
Yeah, basically. Because it's also that fucking long.
Yeah. It's not. It's never been my favorite. I went once to see the Dave Matthews Band.
I'm not.
I hated it. It was one of the worst. One of the worst concerts I've ever been to. Because I don't know if I caught them on a bad night. It seemed to be more jam than music. And I was just like not into it at all. And I'm not a huge Dave Matthews fan anyway.
Right.
My buddy Mark wanted me to go. At the time, him and his girlfriend at the time were big Dave Matthews fans. And it was not pleasant for me at all. and I will not go back.
I love Mark to death, but he's always had some questionable tastes and stuff.
I will not go back. It was not my favorite. So yeah. So just I hate to
burst anyone's bubble.
Take all the. If you love Dave Matthews Band, then I will take the criticism on the YouTube page. But I am not a Dave Matthews fan.
Then you mentioned Adam, so yeah.
Adam and Scarecrow, and I think I got everybody. Yeah, I think I got everybody.
There's some cool
the
things
exact if
before
you
it
want it
starts too, before OVW, but I mean it's like some normal bands coming through.
Oh yeah,
I mean, Juice Falls is playing.
Juice Falls is playing May 12th.
10th.
Oh, is it 10th? Okay.
Is that a Friday or a Saturday?
Friday.
Fuck!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that'll be a fantastic show because Scared Sacred is opening up for him.
Yeah.
So it'll be a
fun little,
it'll be a fun hard rock night for sure.
Yeah.
And then May 17th there is Marvin, which is a jazz funk fusion brass band.
That's intriguing.
Yeah, with they're different. They're different for sure.
I could be down with that.
It'll be different and weird, which is always fun down there. Always fun.
That's the one thing I always got to give it to Matt. Even if I'm not a big fan of the genre, he always finds amazing fucking bands.
Yeah. Even this Friday, I'm not a huge country fan. Mudhound was down there, and they're a little more blues country than rock blues, I would say. But man, great musicians. I was down there, and it's fantastic background music.
Yeah.
It's fantastic background. It almost always is. Even if I don't like the genre, it's almost always fantastic.
Right.
When you had that ska band down there, fantastic musicians, it was great background. I thought you'd come down for that.
For a little bit.
But it was great background music.
I don't know if I was there for that. I remember hearing about it.
It was great background music. I mean, that's what and it's always loud enough that you can appreciate what they're doing, but it's never so loud that you can't carry on a conversation. I'm sure, of course, we have the grace of the Skynet table, which is furthest from the stage.
Unless you're up on the balcony.
And closest to the bar. On the floor, So, I mean, maybe I guess if you were up front, you wouldn't be able to hold a conversation, but where we're sitting, I don't usually have a problem holding
our fucking reserved seats, basically.
Yeah, our lifetime reservation.
At this point, Matt just needs to engrave everyone's name into the chair.
I think Brett asked if we were going to bring in something to, just put our names in the table.
Velvet rope.
Yeah. I need a velvet rope. Yeah, with a red carpet.
Jesus.
Make it look like one of those POW at the VFW, little POW tables, the offerings, but it's just set up for you guys. You got a tablecloth, dishes, water glasses ready.
It's yeah. Well, I mean, we're down there. I'm already down there for the store, so I just go ahead and stay.
Well, even before the store, we were down there all the fucking time.
I was down there all the time, but I wasn't down there every...
Well, no, now you got a store.
Every Friday and Saturday. Now I'm down there every Friday and Saturday. So, if you ever want to come to... If you ever want to see me, I'm at the easiest place to find these Bonus Pints. At least the bonus building. I'll be in the building. I'll be in the building.
Or the parking lot sometimes. Depends if the band's playing.
Yeah. So, but, I love the place. It's been great. It's been a godsend. So.
And it's really revived the community.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because I don't think Black Dog would have taken off the way it has. I don't think Science Project would have even come to be an idea. I mean, it may have, but it wouldn't have had the impact that they have. As soon as Bonus Pints opened up and they started having all the events and everyone started coming out, we started to see all the other local businesses not only pop up, but the ones that were already there doing way better.
Well, now there's a benchmark.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. Like, there's a benchmark. Like, you
Matt set the bar.
You got to hit that. Yeah, you've got to hit. Like the neighborhood had Hunter's Waincoat at on Friday night at 9:30, which was a smart play. Because the guy down at Bonus Pints, I think, stopped playing. Mudhound stopped at 10.
Yeah.
So
you got that overlap.
Little bit of overlap for your normals, but after they're done, after Mudhound's done, you might file out and head to the neighborhood and enjoy the rest of Hunter's Waincoat, which was a good call in the neighborhood. But that's where Matt has just set. I mean, this is the bar: service, food, beer, entertainment. They've just made it to where the whole staff is fantastic. Has been, and it's just that's what everybody strives to be. I think in town for sure, in their own lanes. They have done a pretty good job of doing different lanes. I think Science Project goes with their pizza. Black Dog's got the coffee shop. And
the tattoo shop upstairs.
And
which I've heard is fantastic if anyone's looking for a tattoo.
And then Old Style just opened, and I think that their niche is probably going to be like burgers and like ball game stuff. More of a high end B-dubs maybe.
A little bit better of a sports bar than B-dubs.
Yeah, I think.
Pub.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be their lane. And as long as everybody in the town, People's Social, that's going in the People's Winery, I think.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be kind of just a sit down, hang out, probably a dude with an acoustic guitar type, just chill place, I think, is what they're going to end up being. And, everybody seems to pick a lane and try to just do what they can, but man, the Swishers, that bar is high. That bar is high for everybody to try to keep up with. So,
but that's what you need. You need to have someone.
You gotta have somebody that sets it out there. Bringing stuff to town and doing different things. I mean, I wouldn't have a comic book shop if I wouldn't have had a spot to put it in. I mean, I couldn't have bought a building. There's no way I could have bought a building and put a comic book shop in it.
Especially not with the way shit is today.
Right. And price. Real estate is just insane.
Yeah.
But, I can put a store in a building, and that gives me the flexibility to be able to afford to bring in OVW and McFoley and Hacksaw Jim Duggan and things like that. So, it's good. It's good. It's been good. So, and I got great neighbors. Andy next door promotes the shit out of me, and me and the Lantern kind of share back and forth posts, and so Brett and Frank, it's just everybody just kind of works together and does their thing. And even though we're different, we all work really well together, and we cross people, we cross demographics, if that's what you want to call it.
Well, that is one thing. As much as it doesn't seem like it, the witchy, cryptid community is very much the same people that are fucking nerds, and everybody needs a haircut at some point.
Yeah, and Andy gets a lot of, I think, the sports guys, but still, I have a lot of guys that bring their kids in to get haircuts, and they're begging their dad to go to the comic book store after they're done. So that's always been a crossover for me, and you're not wrong. Pokemon, it seems that everybody that goes in to buy something about Bigfoot, always ends up coming over to the shop to buy Pokemon cards. So, So, or something. I get asked sometimes about anime, which I don't carry in the store, but they seem to love Funko Pops, and they seem to love Pokemon.
I put up a shelf to put my Funko Pops on.
A lot of Magic players, a lot of Lorcana. Some of them have started playing Lorcana. That's been nice. So,
which I'm really glad to see.
And Aaron's done a fantastic job at the Record Farm, sending people, if he can get that vibe from them, to send them upstairs to look at
Right.
because a lot of people that collect records and listen to records buy comic books, or read comic books. So we get a lot of that crossover too. So, all right. Well, now that we've promoted everybody in my building, but that's good. They're good people. They deserve it. They deserve everything.
We're gonna be down there a lot.
Yeah.
Through the summer.
We'll be there a lot over the summer for sure. And
in case you want our autograph.
In case you want to meet us.
We'll set up our own little meet and greet during OBW.
Yeah, there we go.
I'll have a booth. I'll have a booth down where OBW
from the
is
Alito statistics. The Germany people, the French people, you Canadians fly on over. You get to see a wrestling show. You get to meet us.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe we can, depending on timing.
We can wrestle viewers.
We
we wrestle each other.
Maybe we could at least get one of the wrestlers to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
That is what we could sit down and fucking
interview ringside after the match.
Yeah.
In character.
10 minutes.
Why couldn't we do the announcing for the?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we could.
It makes too much sense.
We can just set a mic up. I can bring my microphone to my laptop.
There's a leg bar.
I don't know very many wrestling terms, but you're going to hear, "Oh, he just fucked him up."
Well, no, you can't use the F word.
It's all ages, so you gotta stay PG-13. So
man, he just messed him up.
So you'll have to stay. Although Josh says if it's PG-13, you're allowed one F-bomb.
That's throughout the whole broadcast.
But that's and it has to be like 50 minutes into the broadcast.
It doesn't have to be, but they prefer it to be after the 1 hour mark because then kids aren't paying attention after an hour.
Sitting there next to you, like,
Brad's gonna be checking the time for
me. I'm like, fuck. That's it.
That's the one we get.
Fuck.
All right, it's 101.
We did it.
That's funny. All right, well, I'll try this awful smooth transition into what I know you guys are excited about.
Yeah.
And that is last week, right before Easter, unfortunately, that's why we weren't able to do the podcast last week, they released Outlaws of Thunderjunction. Did they the whole set?
No,
they're just doing spoilers.
Just spoilers. But they released a lot of cards, though.
We saw the whole deck for...
It's over 400 cards have been spoiled.
Do you know why this set's so big?
Yeah.
Yes, you both do.
I'm going to bitch. I'm bitching about it. So here's what I'm seriously bitching about. So Aftermath was all the way back with March of the Machine.
Yeah.
So it flopped so bad, Wizards never even made an announcement, but you could go through all of their their future product listings, and they took all of the Aftermath away from everybody and crammed them into the normal set, except for one. The one set I give a fuck about besides Bloomburrow, Assassin's Creed. And their excuse is they don't have enough time. It's all the way in July. Outlaws comes out in 2 weeks? And you had enough time to cram that into the set?
I think it's Universes Beyond. They don't have enough time to get all the proper... they have to go to Assassin's Creed. They don't get to just ask themselves.
Oh, I know. But this also happened all the way back with March of the Machine where they decided... They had enough time to contact Ubisoft and go, all right, we're not going to do this. We can do X, Y, and Z instead. We can do this. We can do that. And instead... You're still going to fuck it all up. Because those Aftermath packs suck dick no matter what.
Are they just not releasing the Aftermath?
No, they crammed it in.
They put the Aftermath sets into the regular sets.
I'm talking Assassin's Creed.
No, they're doing the Aftermath.
It's going to be a full set and then another secondary set.
And if it's like March of the Machine...
Because it's not on their release list.
They're probably just not showing it yet.
Because if you go to Magic, it goes straight from Assassin's Creed to Bloomburrow.
And I may be,
with only 4 weeks in between the two.
And I may be wrong in this, but if I remember correctly, there wasn't an announcement for March of the Machine's Aftermath either.
There wasn't. It was
they just released it.
Yeah, it was the first It was the first one, and they're like, "Haha, here's another set," and everybody's like, "What the fuck?"
Because I don't think
people
I
weren't
can even
upset until they started opening the packs, and it's more expensive packs. You only get 6 cards, and at least in March in the Machine, none of the Aftermath set had any good cards,
and you could get 3 of the same fucking card.
Yeah,
I don't think I can order them.
See, that's the part that throws me off, is because a distributor or a store would be able to order and should be able to order and see them.
Oh, the
Aftermath.
Well, they're called something else. It's not called Aftermath either.
Yeah, I know that, but I don't know what it's called.
Some type of booster.
Beyond booster?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I get it.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed Beyond booster.
Because it's Universes Beyond.
Mm.
But the whole point of the Aftermath or the Beyond packs was the whole reason they made them was its expansion of lore.
Yeah.
The Aftermath is everything that happened after the set that just released.
Me personally, I'm like, just finish the fucking lore within that set story. Don't make a second add-on. Don't keep making little chunkers afterwards. Do your set. Be done with it. You already released shit.
I would be okay with it if it was back to the old ways where, like I've always referenced, when we went to Ravnica, you got Return to Ravnica, Gate Crash.
Yeah.
Like, you got the 3 sets. All right, break it up into 3 parts with each set release. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, and honestly, I think a 4-parter, do one for each quarter, and then do maybe a couple modern Commander supplemental sets in there if you want, but I think they need to reduce it to like 4 main new set releases.
So that's
it.
I've got 2 Beyond bundles, Beyond boosters, 3 bundles, 2 collector boosters, and 2 starter kits coming.
All right, I know I'll be buying the piss out of your collector boosters because I love Assassin's Creed.
They're all coming out on the same date, though.
Are they?
Yeah, they're all coming out on 7/5.
All right. The way they did it before was the Aftermath came out after, but if they're also changing up the format of it,
they all come out. Yeah, they all come out 7/5, and then Bloomborough comes out 8/2.
Yeah,
so it's like right after, like 4 weeks,
which,
and
if you remember,
Bloomborough.
I'm buying one of each of the Commander decks for Bloomborough.
Okay, all right.
I'm thinking that's where the lore goes to next. Because everything that releases after Thunderjunction is not a lore-based set.
See, that's the thing. They still make some lore for the Universes Beyond. I know.
I mean, Assassin's Creed. There's a story there for that.
They try to tie it in together.
But Assassin's Creed is over here. Modern Horizons is over here. What else is coming before Bloomborough?
That's it.
Modern Horizons 3
It's just Modern Horizons and
Assassin's Creed.
So So right now in the lore, when they left the vault on Thunderjunction, I'm pretty sure they just plopped right open to fucking Bloomborough.
Probably. But
oh my god, the story ended completely bullshit, by the way. Spoilers, like.
But what you were saying earlier with the 4 main sets, granted, it depends on what you're talking about, but unless you're counting the hype, for the most part, that's what they do. If you look at Standard as your main sets, they do what? We got Murders at Karlov Manor. We got
Thunderjunction, and Duskmourn. So that's 4, but there's still room for more sets to release at the end of the year that they have not announced yet.
That is true. I didn't think about that, but
it's technically first. It counts as like first quarter, doesn't it? In part of December.
No, December's all last quarter. It's not until you hit January 1 that you hit first quarter.
Well, I was thinking it was. Never mind. I was thinking something different.
But I think I get what you're saying though, because with all the universe
year work, maybe that's what I'm thinking. So the fiscal year starts later.
I know I don't know how fiscal years.
The fourth quarter technically runs into January. Maybe that's what I was thinking.
Okay. I was going to say, I know like our company's fiscal year starts in October.
Yeah.
Which is the weirdest fucking thing to me, but.
Yeah, it just depends. But I know that winter drops last all the way like past winter.
Yeah, that's true.
And like certain things don't quite line up with the months they're released in. So I'm thinking that's kind of where their switch is. And whatever releases after Duskmorn is technically the beginning of their release season.
Yeah.
Which is why we know everything up until that point and don't know nothing past it yet.
But I do get what you're saying, and it's kind of we've talked about it before, but one of my issues with Universes Beyond is the fact that it's adding way too much into a year, because like for me, when it comes to like these standard sets, I think Outlaws looks cool, but really what I'm gunning for is Bloomburrow. Like what I'm really wanting to buy a shit ton of. But with Fallout and Assassin's Creed and all these other things coming out, I now have to, all right, do I want to spend all my money here? Do I want to, because right now I'm trying to save to buy all the Commander decks, but also to buy a shit ton of collector boosters of Bloomburrow. But now I'm like, well, do I want to not save as much and buy more of Assassin's Creed? Do I want to buy more of this? Do I want to buy, and it makes it way too financially demanding. Having all of these releases.
I will most likely buy 0 Assassin's Creed except one single, and that's the 8-wagon. That's probably the only thing I'm going to buy. It's going to have to be some great functional card that just makes sense for me to use it. Otherwise, I probably won't buy a lick of it.
See, for me, it's kind of like Doctor Who. I don't use any of my Doctor Who cards unless it's just different artwork.
I use a fucking assload of all kinds of shit.
That was also the issue. I didn't get any of the decks. So, like, for me, I just got a bunch of random singles, and I'm like, I can kind of throw this in here. I don't play a lot of things from outside of my hand. Can't play that one. Like,
I'll sell you the Dalek deck for cheap.
I might have to take you up on that. But
I'd let you buy that one.
But to get back to the main thing of Outlaws, so I gotta find it again. But the one combo I was talking about, it's Grindstone and something else.
Infinite combos in a new set, and people got like 20 of them lined up ready to go.
Yeah, I like infinite combos.
Oh god, the first one I read just says Agatha Soul Cauldron in the title.
Yep.
Here we go.
I'm sure that I will somehow stumble upon an infinite combo and still won't be able to play it right. That's what I'm confident about, is that I will not know how to play it. I'll be like, that's my turn, and you guys will be like, no, it's not.
No, you won, Dad.
Here's a free untap cycle loop. It's you have to have Anti-Flash, Agatha Soul Cauldron, and Forensic Research. And then you use the cauldron to give other things the ability to untap target, and you just create a loop where you're like working up infinite mana or working up some other kind of shit. Oh, here's that. Blink your entire board.
It's a lot of it.
Yeah. So it's Painter, Servant, and Grindstone. Painter, Servant, when you play it, you name a caller, and all cards in all zones of play that your opponent control become that caller, in addition to their other types. So that means their library, their graveyard, their hand, everything. So you choose any color. Grindstone is target player mills 2 cards. If they're the same color, repeat this process. So you make all of them say black. Name black when you do, when you Grindstone, they all come up as black in addition to their other colors.
And then you just mill out.
Yeah, you just make them mill out.
Here's infinite mana with Bristly Bill and Spine Sower. Or Bristly Bill the Spine Sower.
Oh, you're on the website I was on.
Yeah. And
so now,
and Crawler, they just add a fucking
Channel Fireball.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just add a bunch of 1/1 counters, get free mana.
Huh.
They made Terror of the Peaks have a combo. And put it in the set. Uh-oh. They're getting wily over there.
It's just the cardboard falling because of the wind.
It's crazy dog day.
You got me looking down these fucking combos now, and I'm like,
they're gonna be mean. They are gonna be mean.
But then there's a lot of them. That's what I can't figure out.
So the 20 that they're listing, those aren't all standard.
Oh,
Granted,
okay.
that doesn't matter for us. We're Commander players.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I gave you a list of the amount of infinite combos assholes could come out with, you would look at Commander and go, I don't want to do this. Because there's hundreds of them.
Oh, okay. Are these only in standard then?
Well, yeah. So some of the ones that they're showing are in standard. Some of them that they're showing are in modern.
Depends on if it requires multiple copies of something.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
But the thing is no matter what, if it's legal in standard or modern, as long as the card's not banned in Commander, it's legal in Commander.
Oh, okay. But for yours, you can't name all three of us. You could only take out one person.
Yes.
And you can't take out the other two. So
now,
if
my
you just
Shatterfang deck will infinitely kill everybody at once. But that's because I'm a dick. And I only have one way of doing it.
No.
So I can't be too big of a dick.
So basically, what you're saying is that you have an infinite combo in Outlaws that will kill Seth every single time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
It's so the thing is we don't play any 1v1 format.
Right.
So these are all going to be devastating in standard when people are, all right, let's sit down for a tournament. All right, turn 3, you're dead.
Yeah. Right.
It's going to be a race to see who can hit the infinite combo first.
Right.
Just from the way
like
these
this.
spoilers are looking.
So it's an Oko one, but you get 4
Oko
boring
armor?
clicks on the battlefield, and it says if you put one or more counters on a permanent player, put twice that many. Something. Let's see here.
If an opponent would put any counters,
Okay.
it's half of them.
So you have him out, and then you throw down Oko the ringleader, which then enters with 6 loyalty counters instead of 3. And then you play Spark Double, which creates a non-legendary copy of it. You minus it, use its ultimate, and it says for each other non-land permanent you control, create a token that's a copy of it. So you copy the Spark Double.
Because it's non-legendary.
-5. Copy the Spark Double, and then you're copying 2 and 3, and it just keeps.
You're making infinite planeswalkers.
So you make infinite planeswalkers, and you have 1 health left on all of them, and you hit the -1 and create 3/3 green elf creatures and just run them right the fuck over.
Yeah, you can just make infinite creatures with it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be mean. Which means Arena's going to suck dick for a while.
If you do it 20 times and then use his +1 abilities, you can deck yourself and get out of a game really quick by drawing your deck.
Alright, in standard, people don't play like we do in Commander. We ain't trying to kill ourselves.
Alright, am I going to be able to swing? Nope. Alright, I'm going to draw 100 cards. Here we go. Let's get out of here.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, I'm pretty pumped for like every fucking card in the whole set. Like, there's nothing in it that I really am like, wow.
I haven't
people
looked
are
at
bitchy.
all of the spoilers, but every card I've seen, I'm like, alright, this seems like it's going to be a very powerful set.
Yes.
This seems like it's going to be...
So how's the community feel about it?
Well, they're all over the damn place. Some people are like, yay. Some people are like, no, power creep. And other people are like, these don't make sense to be in this out of the vault or whatever it is. I can't remember, but there's like 6 fucking different set codes for this set, which is really hard to kind of keep track of them. But they don't really make sense, and they don't fit into the lore, because when they open the fucking vault, there is one thing in there, and it's Loot, the little creature dude, and Jace and Vrasco run off in this orphan fairy tale fucking... Like, what the hell, man? We're supposed to be robbing a vault with treasures and shit, and then you show us all these cards from the vault, like the big score cards, that's what it is. And it's all this cool shit, but in the story, there's absolutely nothing in the fucking vault. So we're like, alright, so where the fuck did these cards come from? Are you going to give us any story that says somebody emptied the vault before Jace got there and they're like, fuck this little furball because they were stupid? And then also, why you got to bring Jace back? Like, we had Oko trying to steal a vault for Ashiok, and I'm like, I would have been cool with it just being bad guys. And ended there. No, it's Jason Vraska got some fucking plan for the multiverse to do some shit. and they run off with this little furry pipsqueak.
I'm gonna warn y'all now. The dogs are gonna go ape shit here in about 15 seconds. Because that's a wild Seth walking up. But
yeah,
I'm gonna ask: Have you guys seen it yet? Are you seeing it yet?
What do you mean?
The cycle that goes on.
Yeah. Which one?
Well, we have this conversation every time there's a new set. What does the community think about it? And Brad says the same thing every single time. Because it's the same thing every time.
Yeah.
Half the community loves it. Half the community hates it. Half the community loves it for this reason, but hates it for this reason. Half the community, it's always the same fucking thing. Everyone's always pissed off, and everyone always loves it.
They don't.
The only time people I've ever seen, like, overall, the whole community stand against one thing would be the Aftermath packs.
Yes.
And anytime we go back to Ravnica. Because we've went so much, and they never make anything new.
It seems like
I like Murders Karloff, and I'm weird. A lot of people do.
So
yeah,
I know they classify that with Ravnica, but the reason I never put them together is because every time we go to Ravnica, it's all just massive reprints, not new cards.
Yeah.
So for me, it still throws me off that Murders at Karlov is a Ravnica set.
And it's weird because the community seem to be wholeheartedly against Murders.
Fucking hard. It hurts stores. It hurt the way distributors are handling product for Thunderjunction. Like, distributors are not keeping a back stock this time. They're not ordering extra. They're all afraid to order extra. And right now, I bet you they're all scrambling to add to their fucking order because they're starting to see, like, okay, they fucking hate the lore, but they're like, some of these cards are badass.
Yeah, but the thing with Murders that I've seen, and maybe I'm wrong, but Murders seem to have more original cards.
Dude, some of my favorite cards that I have yet to really put in decks or work in, I have some ideas. There's some badass fucking cards. Archdruid's Charm is dope.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you know that card, but it is fucking dope.
It's in my Chatterfang deck.
Insidious Roots. Another fucking staple. I've been trying to collect an entire foil showcase playset of that shit.
So I think here's what's going to happen, and this is just my personal opinion with Murders at Karlov, is there were a lot of good cards in it, and like you said, there were a lot of unique cards in it.
Yeah.
And I think because there weren't a shit ton of reprints and like heavy hitter reprints that are powerful cards that everyone's been looking for, a lot of people looked at the set and went, I don't really understand that card. I don't really want to try to build around that card. It's bad set. And in a year or two, people are going to be like, shit, I need that from that. I need that from that. I need that. Same thing, like what I do with Kaldheim right now. You know how many fucking cards I need from that set? And I looked at that set and went, that fucking shit sucked.
Most of the standard games I win on Arena right now are due solely to Insidious Roots. Like, I fucking will flood my goddamn board and win somehow. Just because I had that card and could get some kind of shit going with it. But, like, it's always my comeback.
I think the two big things with Murders at Karlov was there's almost no reprints. They held all of that for Ravnica Remastered.
Yeah, they did it for Ravnica Remastered.
And because of that, and the other
and they knew they were going to do a shit ton of unique reprints for Fallout.
Yeah, that too.
Well, and then Thunderjunction's coming in with some fucking spicy ones. Mana Drain's getting a reprint.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's just barely tickling the teat of what's fucking coming out of that set.
But the other issue is even for
the teat.
Even for the draft players, I heard a lot of complaints that if you wanted to, most of the archetypes that they made, like when I tried to draft it on Arena, they were like, oh, you can try blue-white detectives, you can try this, red-black this, or this, and that. A lot of them didn't fucking work. There weren't enough cards in there that worked with each other.
Yeah.
It was a lot because of the fact that, in my opinion, I think it was just they made so many new cards that they didn't think about how every single last one of them could or could not be interacting with the other. Because
that's fair.
They essentially, instead of having, and I'm just throwing out random numbers here, but like Outlaws has 400 cards. Instead of saying 200 reprints, 200 new cards, they went 358 new cards in like 30 reprints. I don't even know if they had any reprints. I'm just throwing numbers out there, but
set. I think it was 364s in the set.
I was kind of close there.
Yeah, you were. Good job.
Good job, buddy.
For just the Outlaws, 374, 76, something like that. I don't know. It's hard to read these numbers. Scryfall says one number in one place, then shows another in another.
Yeah, it just depends on what cards they picked at the part of the set. But
that's the other thing that throws me off, and I don't know if they're doing it for Outlaws because I haven't looked at a shit ton of the spoilers. But like Ixalan, they did the Jurassic Park cards in it, and I'm not a big fan of them mixing sets or doing I like having.
I didn't get enough of them that I felt it was a burden on the set, though.
See, the only packs I opened, I got Jurassic Park cards in. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. My thing is like, and I get that they're a part of the set, but they're different. But like, I'm okay with like the expeditions or the invocations, the special arts of cards that are in the set that you can find, or like the serialized, but not having a whole nother set smashed inside of another set that you can only get through the collector boosters.
To me, kind of like the Transformer cards with Brothers War.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of and I understand why they do it. I just wish they'd do it a little better because, like I said, I'm fine with expeditions or serialized cards or the special artworks and shit like that, as long as it's in the set. Not a separate set inside of the set that I have to jump through holes and buy these expensive versions of packs to hope to find one of the cards. Not the one I want, just one of those kind of cards.
Right.
It makes it too much of a lottery. Like, opening Magic cards is already a lottery. Now you're adding a lottery inside of a lottery.
Yeah.
That's the one thing, and like I said, I haven't looked for this set, but I hope they're not doing anything like... Granted, hearing him say that there's 6 different set codes doesn't bode well for that.
There's Big, OTP, OTJ, OTC. There's 4 of them that I can think of right off the top of my head.
What the fuck?
The Big Score, Outlaws at Thunderjunction, Commander, Outlaws at Thunderjunction, and then the OTP are the Outlaws promos.
But it's all Outlaws at Thunderjunction. Like...
Yeah, it's all technically...
There's not...
The Big Score is the only one that's like... This is called the Big Score. Which includes 30 cards in one frame, 30 cards in the vault... 35 cards in a vault frame, so that's 65. Extended art at 30, so there's 95.
But they're the same cards in different frames and artwork, which I'm fine with.
So technically...
Because it's still a small pool
it's
of cards.
95 full cards, but in 30 different types of printings, and that means that I believe the vault frame has some extra cards that you don't get in anything but the vault frame. The Breaking News promo is the OTP. So the Prosperity Post newspaper ones, and there's 80 cards in that. Including, the textured foils. Which, the textured foils are fucking crazy. It looks like a stamp printing, but leyline binding, mana drain, mind break trap, overwhelming forces.
That'll be interesting. How much actual texturing there is.
Dude, it's nuts. I've seen some pulled and...
Well, I want to feel it, is what I'm saying.
Oh, right. Yeah, I didn't get a...
Because my worry is how that, if you can feel it through a sleeve, because then theoretically that then bans all of those cards from competitive play.
Double sleeve that bitch. Keep going.
Yeah. But technically it'd be if you could feel that texturing through the sleeve, that's then a marked card. Because you know what that card's going to be.
I'm going to be buying Outlaws for a long, long time. I know that, because I want to collect so much of that shit.
Dude, I'll even split a collector booster with you and we can open it for the channel.
I have one ordered from him. I have one ordered from Kingdom. I have a regular set booster, all the commander decks, all the bundles, everything's kind of... I'm going to get it all.
Yeah,
he's getting it all.
Goddamn. Thought about pre-ordering a second box from somewhere, I don't know, just find another shop just to spread the love. And because I planned on opening the collector booster at Kingdom during their pre-release event.
Nah,
Because I wanted to get a WPN store for the buy a box promo magic. And then play in a pre-release event to get one from that. So I'm trying to get a few promos. So I end up with 3 promos just by buying a box and showing up and playing with them.
Nice.
Pre-release. But I also like, it's a good opportunity to trade with random motherfuckers opening the same shit.
That's how I got a lot.
We were,
That's how I got a lot of cool cards when I went to Dominaria. I opened a box and pulled a bunch of expensive cards, and people were like, "Hey, I'll trade you this. I'll trade you that."
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, that's like, I got on Whatnot, bought a pack fucking Friday of Outlaws, and they crack it open. And the first one, I don't even really remember what the fuck was in it, but it was the last one in the box. I was like, I'll buy it, $26. It's about what I imagine your price is going to be when you put them on the shelf.
Yeah.
Unless they hike to the fucking ceiling like Fallout did. That
Fallout
was
crazy.
But I don't remember exactly what I got.
I still got 2 collector booster boxes of Fallout on order. They're just on back order.
Nice.
So, but I imagine when those come in, they'll sell fast.
Yeah.
Even if it takes me 2 months to get them, I'm sure they'll still sell.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be asking old packs back again.
Yeah, because people love the Fallout.
I was lucky and was able to get all the Fallout cards I liked. And I was able to put a bunch that I liked into a set, and I have a bunch of extras. I just filled out 4 or 5 pages in my binder of surge foils and special treatments, and it was the one time I collected from a set, got everything I needed in a calm and easygoing manner, and now I'm just like everybody's still trying to get their hands on it and open it. I didn't really care. It's beautiful artwork. I love the Fallout. That's a good Universes Beyond. I don't play the fucking game.
It is a very good,
it was so much fun. And I pimped out a lot of decks, crammed in new versions of stuff.
I still need to go buy 2 more binders, one for Lorcana and another one for Magic, because I filled out my Magic one.
That's what I'm going to buy.
I got a stack of rares like this big sitting on my fucking desk.
Yeah, I want to buy the Pro Binder for Outlaws from Ultra Pro. Maybe 2 of them. I don't know if you can order those at the game.
I might be able to. I can look.
But I definitely want those because I want to try to fill out all the showcases in the Zipper Pro Binder and then use all the regular set mythics and rares and shit together.
I'm just really hoping they don't hit the camera.
Yeah, it seems that we're getting overtaken by dogs at this point.
Here, I got one. I wrangled me up a wily pup.
So,
what
are we at?
110.
110? Okay.
108.
Okay, yeah, I might be able to get some of those Ultra Pro Binders. I'll have to look.
And then we will be doing a Lorcana Championship on 420. 421, we will be recording a video for Outlaws.
Yeah, absolutely.
Store Championship's going to be fucking crazy.
Yeah. On 4, Saturday at noon. On 420, and then May 4th, we're going to do a little league thing.
The Trivial Pursuit.
Well, yeah, so on that weekend, May 4th, we'll do a Lorcana specialty deck tournament. It's also my 1-year anniversary. It's also Star Wars Day. It's also Free Comic Book Day. So May 4th's a big day. And then May 5th, we've invited a couple of special guests to come and play Star Wars Trivial Pursuit. Yeah. So we are going to have a big Star Wars Trivial Pursuit. Yeah, Star Wars.
Margaritas.
Trivial
Star Wars thing.
We'll have to bust open the tequila.
Yeah. Hey, there you go.
Cinco de Mayo.
So we'll do Star Wars Cinco de Mayo. That'll be our special Star Wars Day episode where we'll be filming
the 5th.
Revenga.
Yeah. So so that's some stuff that we have coming up.
Cinco. Hold the
mayo.
Hold the mayo.
So that'll be fun. So I think since the dogs kind of took over there for a minute.
It's alright. I calmed them down.
Yeah, I think
dog whispered them in.
I think we are good. I think we're good. Unless you guys got anything else to add, I think we're all right.
WrestleMania.
So, yeah, we go. WrestleMania Night 2's tonight. Don't forget it. So this has been Pints and Pages. I'm Nick.
I'm Brad.
I'm Levi.
And we'll see you next time.